Hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop.
Welcome to another episode of The Audible. I am your host, DJ Dots. Yes, hope you all had a good day. Hope you all had a good, safe week. Happy Cinco de Mayo to my tequila drinkers and all that. How you doing, Miss Merv? Welcome. Yeah, I didn't wake up in the best of moods. If you watched the game last night, it was a beatdown. Golden State routed us by 27. Would have been worse, but he took the starters out. Bad game. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down, and hopefully my nemesis is not listening. Maybe it's a little too early. Maybe she'll have to catch the replay. Appreciate it, Miss Murray. Appreciate it. I'm working on some things. Be tuned in Sunday. Side note, Sunday I'll be doing a show over there, a build show. I'll be doing an interview with Ms. VS and kind of like picking her brain. Hopefully somebody can get some information out of it. I know I will, of course. Tips to add to the toolbox. But hey, let's break down last night's game. Golden State did what I was talking about yesterday, making adjustments. Steve Kerr is one of the best at making adjustments, especially when we're talking about playoffs. You got to treat every game as an individual series and make adjustments like such. I said yesterday they needed to put the ball in Steph Curry's hands, not have him work so hard to go get the ball, but had the ball in his hands. And lo and behold, double-double by Steph Curry. Steph Curry. Double-double, a lot of assists, set up a lot of shots. I also said yesterday when I was breaking it down, hey, Golden State game one shot way too many jump shots. They lived outside of the paint, didn't really attack the paint. And I'm a Lakers fan, but I got to be honest about my team. Once you get past those perimeter guys, if you're able to kind of penetrate, pull guys out, the lane can be open. And you saw that last night on full display. Yeah, Golden State was still hot from downtown and outside. Shout out to Klay Thompson. Eventually Klay was going to have one of these games in the playoffs. He struggled pretty much first round against the Kings. Never really got it going. Had a couple good games, but nothing impactful. But last night, with Steph running the show, opening it up the lane for guys, and I want to say probably the most untalked about move last night. Steve Kerr going with JaMychal Green to start over Kevon Looney, even though Looney has been productive for this team. Kerr went with what his version, this year's version of what he calls the death lineup. Much smaller team, a much quicker team, allows them to play at a much faster pace. And not that they missed Kevon Looney because they out-rebounded the Lakers. It was a masterful job coaching by Steve Kerr. Now the onus is on Darvin Ham. What do? You've seen how Golden State made adjustments from game 1 to game 2. Now it's time for the Lakers to make adjustments from game 2 to game 3. I was concerned about AD doing what AD does, having one good game and having one game where he doesn't really show up. Kudos to Jamon Green for playing good defense. He played good defense on him last night, but I knew from the start, first quarter, the lack of aggressiveness on AD's part, it wasn't going to be one of those nights. And I was out, was I expecting a 30 and 20? No, but I was expecting a way much better performance than I got out of AD last night. Hopefully he's able to kind of maintain game 1 and get that back in game 3 and 4. I need AD to be consistent. AD has been frustratingly inconsistent this year. I mean, when he is on, we're talking about possibly one of the top 5 players in the league, possibly easily top 10 when he's on. When he's not like engaged, he's not, taking command, taking more of a back seat. I don't like that AD. Now, LeBron is LeBron. LeBron is what he's is going to be. When it's all said and done, you're talking about either 1 or 2 all time. But to see the lack of from AD it was very deflating. But I'm a Lakers fan, so I've kind of gotten used to AD having one of those nights, and it seems like he's had those same kind of inconsistencies plague him throughout this playoff run so far. Now, like I said, the onus is on Darvin Ham. How do you make adjustments? Steve Kerr made adjustments, put the ball in Curry's hands, allowed him to run the show, allowed him to run point, allow guys, guys was just slashing, getting to the hole. They were a much more aggressive team as far as attacking the paint. I said that it was going to have to be. You weren't going to beat the Lakers being a jump shooting team. And I don't care how good Golden State is at jump shoot. You weren't going to beat the Lakers shooting Jays all day. You was going to have to attack. You was going to have to get to the free throw line. You was going to have to be aggressive with the points. You just couldn't shoot jump shots and beat the Lakers. Too good for that. Excuse me. Now, if I'm Darvin Ham, I may be looking to bring D'Angelo. Especially the Mr. Glass. Get a girl with the jokes. Now, you don't got me sidetracked. Eat dinner, enjoying the show. Appreciate you coming through. But it was a lot of stuff to kind of take away from last night. Like I said, we lost, we got beat down, we got blew out, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. I think it was more the coaching adjustments that Kerr made versus the coaching adjustments Darvin Ham didn't make. Now, if I'm Darvin Ham, if Curry is going to be the primary ball handler and he's not going to have to fight off screens, I may be looking to put D'Lo at the 6th spot, have him come off the bench, and maybe start Schroeder. Maybe start what's going on, DeFraud. Maybe start Schroeder at point. See how it goes. You have to kind of treat each game like an individual series. Like, you can't just say this is how we play and that's how we're going to keep playing. It's not going to work in the playoffs. Not when you have a championship level coach on the other side who is making game to game, quarter to quarter adjustments. Darvin Ham, you're going to have to step it up. Now, as far as LeBron, pretty good game. Kind of kept us in there the first half. Second half just kind of fell apart. Just couldn't weather the storm. And even with the guys that came in off the bench in garbage time, it looked like Darvin Ham to start coaching. I mean, even though we're getting blown out, hey, look at some things, try some things. Hachimura had a good game. But I'm gonna need AD to be AD from game 1. Like I said, I'm not expecting 30 and 20. Can you give me 28 and 12? Can you give me 28 and 12? You would think with Kevon Looney not getting as much minutes as he's been getting through in this playoff run, why we got out rebounded by 12, I do not know. But we're going to have to make adjustments going into game 3. And I would say this once again, NBA schedulers, what are you guys doing? Why are the Warriors and the Lakers playing every other night and other teams are getting 2-3 day breaks? What is going on? I mean, you got the game scheduled for Saturday, then they got to play again on Monday. Let me see. If it goes 5, I mean, they're playing again on Wednesday. I mean, Jesus, can you give us a break? Jesus, two of the oldest teams still left in the playoffs. Can you give us a break? Now, going on to tonight's games, we do have a tip-off right now, Boston in Philly. I do believe Joel is playing. You asking for the maybe get a girl, maybe. If I can get three straight games of 80 giving me 28-12, I'd be happy. I just can't I can't get the guy to be consistent, man. Like, and yeah, you had Draymond. Draymond was motivated. Draymond almost had a triple-double, but AD is just like you wanted to take a back seat last night, let the game come. Like, nah, man, this is playoff time, man. We don't have time for you to allow the game to come to you. Superstars take over in the playoffs. You don't see Curry. I'm gonna wait till the game comes to me. No, I'm gonna make something happen. You keep waiting, and you're gonna be at home watching on the couch like the rest of us. But like I said, we do have a tip off earlier. Philadelphia and Boston in Philly, game 3. Let me take a quick peek in real quick. I know they just tipped off. It was scheduled for a 7:30 tip off. Let me see. Yeah, has the game? No, they haven't even. They still doing introductions and crap. Okay, it hasn't kicked off just yet. All right, what am I expecting to see from Philadelphia? Hey, same thing I was seeing. I want to see from every team. The game by game adjustments. Embiid is back. Can you get him back into the groove? Can you guys not look as disjointed as you did in game 2 up in Boston? And can Boston, take what they had in game 2 and bring it on the road? Bring it on the road. Boston is kind of been up and down this playoff run. Had a much tougher time against the Hawks than they should have had. You have to, as superstar and great teams, man, punish lesser teams. Punish lesser teams. Now I'm saying Philly is a lesser team. I don't think these teams are very evenly matched. But you gotta punish when you have a chance. You punish these teams. There's no way Philadelphia was supposed to go up there and win game 1 without an Embiid. You're supposed to punish them like you punished them when Embiid came back. You're supposed to beat these teams down. Now, I will say this. I want to go on record, and I've been on record about this all season. Jason Tatum is the best player on Boston, but Jaylen Brown is the scariest player on Boston. Tatum has a nice, smooth game. Tatum kind of remind his game. When I say not necessarily how he plays, but when you look at the stat line, you don't walk away. It's like, man, Tatum went off. Brown jumps off your screen. Brown jumps off the page. Brown is the X factor for me. He's the X factor for me. So we're going to see tonight. Hopefully Embiid has a much better game. Hopefully Philadelphia puts up a much better fight. They don't look disjointed. Maybe everybody kind of has settled back into their roles. Maybe him playing was a culture shock. I don't know. And then you have the late game, 10 o'clock tip off tonight. KD, Girl says Tatum and Brown are the best complementary tandem in the East. I agree. I agree. I think Harden and Embiid is a close second. But it's very, I would say it's very close for me. It's not like they're far and away. Just Brown just jumps off the page. He showed that in the finals. Like, jump shot be damned. I'm going to get it. I'm not going to be denied. So let's go Denver. Yeah, I think Denver goes on the road tonight. I think Phoenix comes out very fired up, very enthusiastic. Know the season's on the line. They're going to be playing with a little bit of desperation. Should be playing with a lot of desperation at this point because Denver has clearly shown the first 2 games. It's not luck. It's not an aberration that they were the number 1 team in the West. I think Denver comes out tonight, hangs in there for the first half, weather the emotional storm the Phoenix is going to have playing in front of that home crowd, and they get the dub. I don't see Phoenix may get game 4, or they may just get one of these games at home, but this series is over in 5. I don't think Phoenix has what it takes to beat Denver. KD is KD, book is book. Both of these guys are going to have to go for 40 to kind of pull this series out. I think Jokic is playing way too well right now. Ayton provides him with no challenge. And, Jokic is able, believe it or not, to really save a lot of energy on the defensive end. And not that he's a defensive stopper, but I don't really have to worry about Ayton trying to bang with me, want to bruise me, wear me down physically. Nah, I don't have to worry about that. Jokic is having his way this series. I think Minnesota, was a little bit more physical with Jokic. Wanted him to work a little bit more, and it showed in the stat lines, even though they won, showed in the stat line. Ayton is not providing him a challenge. Ayton doesn't want to get down on the block. That's not his game. He wants no part of the pain. He rather just over in 5. I got it, over in 5. Denver has shown they can win ugly. I mean, you think about it. They won game 2 in convincing fashion, and Jamal Murray had a bad game. I mean, bad. I mean, he had a couple buckets late in the fourth quarter, but Jamal Murray had a very bad game. And the way he's been playing this player, I don't think that's going to be a trend. I think that's more of an aberration. Yoke is going to be Yoke. You said you tried to defend Aiden, but no more. I mean, he don't want to bang. He don't want to bang. He don't want. I don't want to make Yoke work. I want to just come off the screen and roll, pop my little 15, 18-foot jump shot, maybe a little hook, floater, and I'm out of there. I don't want to bang. I don't want to bang. You want to get Yoke out of his game. You want to take a little oomph off his offensive game. You got to do what Embiid does to him. Make him work. Pound him. Take him down on the block. I mean, Yoke is a load. Don't get me wrong. He's a load, but he is no way a defensive player down there. He's not a defensive stopper. Make that man work. Make that big body get up and down the floor. Make him work on both sides of the floor. Wear him out. But like I said, I have no confidence in Phoenix. Chris Paul is out. Maybe for the next 2 games at the most. Maybe gone for the rest of the playoffs. And, I think this is over in 5, so you may have seen the last of Chris Paul this season. He may try to tough it out, go out there for game 4, depending on the results of tonight's game, but I don't see it going more than 5. I don't see it going more than 5, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Denver has shown they're the better team thus far in the series. KD he hasn't got into takeover mode. This is not KD. I think he's still, trying to integrate himself into the team. And I like Book, but he ain't KD. I think tonight, like I said, for Phoenix to win a game in this series, I think KD and Book both got to go off. I mean, get like a 40 piece. Where else are you going to get your scoring? You're not going to get it from the bench. Your bench has shown that they're non-existent. I don't know what's going on with Cameron Payne. But we're going to find out tonight because he's going to get some minutes. I don't know. You traded away your depth. You traded away what made you for one guy. For one guy, and you're paying for it now. You're paying for it. Them legs are getting tired. It's late into the season, and you can't get a breather. You can't get a breather. If you look at the rest of the teams that's left in the NBA, with the exception of maybe Miami, a lot of these teams have depth, and have enough depth to where they're not wearing guys out. Boston say, hey, Smart ain't got it, we can go with Brogdon. Or if Brogdon ain't got it, we can go with Derek White. Or we throw Grant Williams out there. You have got to have some kind of, you got to go at least 8 deep. At least 8 deep in the playoffs. Comfortably 8 deep. Not to say that everybody is going to be able to contribute double figures and all that, but you got to go at least 8 deep. And Phoenix right now, I mean, questionable starting lineup, man. Chris Paul out there. We're going to see. We're going to see. I'm looking forward to that game more so than Philly and Boston, because I just love the narrative that Phoenix had coming in, that they were presumably number 1 seed, and when you really start looking at them, they shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been a favorite in the West, but you add KD and Booker, you're thinking they're going to be flying up and down the court, unstoppable. It just hasn't, come about and hasn't, materialized. So maybe they'll be back next season. But yeah, it's a wrap for them boys. It's a wrap for them boys. Also on tap for this weekend, because I ain't doing no weekend show. Also on tap for this weekend, Boston and New York, game 3. I want to say it's Saturday. That'll be the first game, and then game 3, Golden State and the Lakers. will be. But yeah, what else do I have on tap? Like I said, it's not going to be a long show. I was going to, just kind of chill out. That's why I kind of came in early. 'Cause I want to kind of sit back and, just enjoy the game and enjoy some other stuff that's going around, in these streets. Y'all know how I do on Fridays. I like to find some trouble. It is a story. And I know, shout out to Max, who's been kind of really, really, really covering on his channel. If you're not subscribed, I want to see his Buffs Nation Daily. He's been really following Dion's, and I'm sorry, Coach Prime's transition from Jackson State to Colorado. If you haven't been keeping up with it, there's been a lot of guys in and out of the transfer portal coming to Colorado and leaving Colorado. Now I would say this. It was reported on ESPN. I think it's up to like 60 players in total. You're talking about a wholesale restructuring of a college football program. You haven't seen nothing like this, and maybe because the transfer portal is kind of fairly new. It used to be guys had to sit out a year before being eligible to actually transfer. Now they don't have to wait. You're seeing, I think, and I would say this: I like that all those guys decided to leave and go elsewhere. Because guess what, man? I mean, your team sucked last year. Your team sucked last year. So I mean, exactly what am I losing by you transferring? Your team was garbage. Your team's been garbage. So you feel like you got a better chance of winning somewhere else, more than happy to let you go. If you think you're going to become a superstar somewhere else, more than happy to let you go. I want Dion to come in, bring in the guys that he wants to have there, and it makes the transition a whole lot quicker. 'Cause typically, in the past, when a new coach comes in, he wants to establish his own kind of culture. It takes normally about 3 to 4 seasons, from his initial recruiting class, to become seniors, to kind of set the tone. And some coaches don't make it that long. Now with the transfer portal, makes it a whole lot easier, a whole lot smoother, a whole lot simpler, a whole lot quicker. So get them guys out of there. They don't want to be there. Hey, go somewhere else. I'm pretty sure you can, find you a position somewhere else at another D1 school. But I'm glad you're not there. I'm glad you're not there. Now, I think what it is guys felt threatened, and you should have took it as an opportunity. Hey, all eyes are going to be on me. We're going to be more of a spotlight. I can make a good impression because Colorado is going to be on TV this year. Facts. If they're not on TV any other year, they're going to be on TV this year because everybody's going to be tuned in to see what product is Coach Prime putting out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot more successful than some people may think. But yeah, let me get out of here, man, because I want to get to the games and some other stuff I got going on. Kentucky. I don't follow horse racing, Gator Girl. I'm sorry. That is something I can't get into. If I would love to go to the Kentucky Derby just for the, saying I went to the event. I couldn't tell you anything about horse racing. Not a lick. Not a lick. I don't know who's special, how they do all that. I just know they run on the track. It's so good, though. I mean, maybe I can get into it. Maybe I need to expand my horizons. I've been watching a little hockey lately, trying to get back into what's going on with hockey. Been watching some baseball games. Can't get too wrapped up in that. Too many games. I have been kind of watching hockey, but the horse racing, I don't know. I don't know the jockeys. I don't know none of that stuff. So I'm just like one of them people. I'm just watching this, be watching. But I would love to go to the Kentucky Derby, though. I think that would be a hell of a show. That'd be something you can tell your kids about. I went to the Kentucky Derby. That's an event more so than anything. That's an event. But yeah, let me get up out of here, man. It has been real. Like I said, side note, for those that are interested, Sunday I'll be doing a show on my other spot. I will be interviewing and talking to Miss VS, picking her brain and building. Don't say that over here too loud. But yeah, let me get up out of here. Y'all have a safe weekend. Enjoy the games. I'll be back live and in effect on Monday, back at my regular scheduled time at 8:30. Still working on the intro, still working on the outro. Like my little videos, but I need something catchy. I need something catchy, but I'm gonna come up with something sooner or later. Come up with something sooner or later. I'll do my trash talk after the Lakers lose the series. You know what? You ready, girl? If the Lakers lose this series, I'll allow you to come up here, and it will be the Gator Girl show. I won't say a word. I'll put up whatever graphics you need, whatever highlights you need. I'm not gonna say anything now. If you lose, oh, I might have to go extra long that show. It might be an all-nighter. The Gator Girl show. If Denver wins the championship, you get the Gator Girl show. Your show, talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm just here producing. We'll see. I think I own it if I'm wrong. Hey, I own it too. You see, I put the highlights up. I was like, hey, it happened. I can't avoid it. I'll be putting up highlights of tonight's games up also. Yeah, Miss Murphy. Hey, Denver wins the title, which I don't think happens. It's a good chance, though. I don't think so. Denver wins the title. It's the Gator Girl show. I just be the producer, DJ Dots, playing all the graphics and videos and highlights and sound effects and all that good stuff. But let me get up out of here, man, because I want to get settled in for the game. If you know, Friday, y'all know how it goes down over there tonight. The Ave. But let me get up out of here. It's been fun. It's been real. Thank you for coming in and joining the show. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate all the support, all the comments, likes, and all that good stuff. And I'm out.